I'm Adam Collins. This is Crick Buzz Centre Stage. It might be a bit cold, a bit grim, a bit rainy still in the capital of London. Indeed, there's algae in the main canal that runs through the centre of the capital. But if Eoin Morgan continues to hit the ball the way he did up north in Manchester today in England's 150-run thrashing of Afghanistan, in one of the most audacious innings ever played in international cricket, certainly in this format, it'll be his side who are there back in the capital, back in London on the final day, July 14, and they'll be trying to at last hold up that trophy. They've been trying for so long to win a World Cup in any format of the game. Of course, they won the T20 World Cup a decade ago, but the 50-over version has eluded them, and they need Eoin Morgan firing. And Eoin Morgan hasn't always been a big stage performer when it comes to global tournaments, but boy, today he was irresistible, and especially when you consider the backstory to him even playing. He said just a couple of days ago that he might not get up for this game. The back spasm which kept him out of training throughout the week after he hurt himself in Southampton on Friday, and their win against the West Indies meant he could only bat once in the nets yesterday. A brief hit, and he said he'd wake up this morning and see how he felt. Well, he felt and he looked immaculate. From the get-go, he was clearing the ropes. He hit, as I said before, 17 sixes, more than 100 runs. More than 100 runs in sixes, the most amount of sixes ever hit in a single innings. We've had quite a few players hit 16 in T20 cricket or 50-over cricket, but no one's gone through the 100-run threshold as Eoin Morgan did today. He was actually dropped early. He was dropped on 24, but after that, he went at more than 3 runs a ball for the rest of the innings, which shows how Afghanistan had absolutely no chance to shut down the England captain. If that's his response to injury, who knows what it'll be like when he's back to full fitness. He had plenty of support, of course, from Johnny Bairstow, who made 90 up top, Joe Root, the ever-reliable, who made 88, who once again was the glue. They didn't get much out of James Vince, who fell on 26, and Moeen Ali cashed in at the death, making 31 from 9 balls with 4 sixes of his own. But the story today was all about Eoin Morgan, the record breaker who cleared the ropes the way that you seldom see a player do. And over in that giant eastern stand, that temporary stand where nearly 8,000 people were sitting today, the fans were absolutely love it. Here was Eoin Morgan talking after play about a remarkable day in his career.
Yeah, never have I ever thought that I could play a knock like that. I'm delighted that I have. I think coming in at the time where it was a 50-50 shout, whether myself or Joss went in, probably helped that, because after I faced a few balls I had no choice. I had to start taking risks because of him coming in next. And then after I got dropped, it was a matter of just keep going. Yeah, one of those days.
They went on, of course, to make the biggest score of the tournament so far, 397 they racked up in 50 overs, and really they'll be disappointed not to make 400. They've done that, not consistently, but enough times in the last 4 years to think that at some stage they might be able to crack that in a World Cup. Of course, batting first was, I'm sure, partly a statement. They made a statement with the ball against the West Indies on Friday, and they indeed made a statement today with the blade too, especially when considering Jason Roy wasn't there, who until today was England's most prolific batsman in the tournament. He made 153 against Bangladesh in Cardiff just a couple of weeks ago. For Afghanistan's part, this confirms the inevitable. They've been eliminated from the tournament as far as any chance of reaching the Final Four is concerned. They've not had the best tournament. There's been political issues off the ground in terms of the composition of the side, some disharmony which unfortunately has made its way into the media. They did well to bat out their 50 overs for the first time through the course of the tournament, and that's what Gulbuddin Naib, the captain, was able to take some positives from. That Stumps.
If you look the game for the start of the day, bowlers did well in like 30 hours. After 30 hours, they smashed every bowler, not only Rashid. So, and we dropped one catch of Morgan on 15, I think, or 17 runs. So, if we got that time, so maybe they didn't score like this much. So, yeah, it's a big side, so they didn't give a single chance.
So Eoin Morgan returns from injury. He didn't ever miss a game in the most emphatic style. 148 from 71 balls, a knock that anyone that's through it will talk about for a long time. Some of the most imposing hitting you can ever wish to see in our sport. England move on to play Sri Lanka in their next game, which will confirm their progress to the semi-finals as well. There's no doubt if they play the way they did today, they'll easily account for Sri Lanka when they come up against them in a few days' time. For Afghanistan, their task doesn't get any easier. They're playing India. It's going to be a long last few weeks of the tournament for the Afghanis, I have no doubt. Adam Collins here signing off for Crick Buzz Centre Stage. I'll be up in Nottingham at Trent Bridge for the next couple of days as Australia prepare for their next game of the tournament. It's a really big one against Bangladesh. Talk to you then.